Hey there. So you've just opened up MATLAB for the first time and yeah, that screen full of windows can look a little intense, right? But seriously, don't worry. In the next few minutes, we're going to break down exactly what you're looking at and we'll get you running your very first commands. Okay, let's get into it.
First things first, what in the world is MATLAB? Well, the name itself is a pretty big clue. It's actually short for Matrix Laboratory. At its heart, it's this super high-performance language built specifically for technical computing. You can think of it like a calculator on steroids, designed from the ground up to handle some really complex math without breaking a sweat.
So here's our game plan for this quick tour. First, we'll talk a little more about what MATLAB is, then we'll get our bearings with the main screen. After that, we're going to focus in on the 4 key windows you'll be using all the time. Then, the fun part. We'll do a little math and, this is the most important part, we'll see exactly where that information goes.
Right, so let's dig just a little deeper into what this supercalculator is all about.
You know, the key word on this slide, the one that really matters, is integrates. See, MATLAB isn't just for crunching numbers. It's a whole environment where you can compute things, see results as graphs and plots, and even write entire programs all in one spot. It's interactive, which means you get to talk to it, and it talks right back to you.
So when you first open the program, this whole screen you're looking at, with all its different parts, has a name. It's called the MATLAB desktop.
And honestly, the best way to think about it is right here. This is your mission control. It's the central hub for everything you're going to do. It's not just one single tool, it's a whole collection of them, all laid out in different windows, designed to help you manage your files, type in commands, and see your data all at once.
Okay, now let's zero in on the most important parts of that mission control. Because as a beginner, the good news is you really only need to get comfortable with 4 key windows to start.
And here they are. It all starts with the command window. This is your direct line. It's where you talk to MATLAB by typing commands. Now, anything you type there gets automatically saved in the command history, which is awesome because it's just like your browser history. No need to retype everything. Over in the current folder, that's like a file cabinet for your project, showing you any scripts or data you're using. But the real magic for us right now is the Workspace. You should think of this as MATLAB's short-term memory. It shows you every single variable that's currently active.
All right, enough talk. The best way to really get this is to just do something. So let's head over to that command window and run a really simple calculation. Okay, in the command window, you're going to see a prompt that looks like 2 little arrows, double backslash. That's basically MATLAB saying, I'm ready, what have you got for me? So go ahead and type 1 plus 2 times 3 and then hit enter. And just like you learned in school, MATLAB totally knows the order of operations, so it's going to do that multiplication part first.
And boom! Just like that, MATLAB spits the result right back at you. Now notice this little ands thing. That's actually pretty important. Since we didn't give our result a specific name, MATLAB just says, okay, I'll store this in a default variable for you, and it calls it ands, which is just short for answer.
Now, using ands is fine, but it gets overwritten the very next time you do a calculation. So to really save a result, we need to give it our own name. Let's try that exact same calculation, but this time type x equals 1 plus 2 times 3. What we're doing here is telling MATLAB, hey, do this math, and whatever the result is, store it in a new variable named x for me.
And there it is, confirmation. MATLAB says, you got it. I've created a variable called x, and I've put the value 7 inside it. But where did x actually go?
This is that aha moment where it all clicks together. So I want you to shift your eyes away from the command window for just a second and look over at that Workspace window. And there it is! Look at that! The Workspace. MATLAB's memory is now showing us everything it knows about. It has that default ands variable from our first calculation, and right below it, there's our new x variable. You see the connection? You typed a command and a variable just popped into existence over in the Workspace. That right there is the fundamental workflow of MATLAB. And just like that, you've done it. You've used the most important pieces of the MATLAB desktop. So let's do a super quick recap of what we just learned.
So just remember, MATLAB is your matrix laboratory. The desktop is your mission control, and the main way you interact is by typing in that command window. You can create your own variables anytime you want with a simple equals sign, and you can always see what you've created by just glancing over at the Workspace. That's it. You now get the core loop of how to work in MATLAB.
You have officially taken your first step. You know how to talk to MATLAB, and you know how it remembers things. So the only real question left is, what are you going to calculate next? The power is literally right there at your fingertips. Go have some fun.